East. Let's move to the American League Central. Cleveland is atop the AL Central. The North Coast bias is strong. They have been one of the most delightful surprises of the season so far. They are only 4.5 games up over the Twins as it currently stands, but they have one of the best records in the league. Jordan, you're now around this team regularly. I think it is pretty obvious that they need starting pitching. My other question is, what is going on at shortstop, and do you think they could upgrade anywhere on the offense?
I would just say that the parallels with them in Milwaukee are extremely strong. They're both 4.5 up. They've both been way better than we expected. They both have a bullpen, have a starting rotation that is kind of patched together to a pretty extreme degree. And they both have offenses that are way better than we thought, right? Now, I think that, and they have, right, Yelich for the Brewers, Ramirez for Cleveland. I think you could say Cleveland's offense ceiling is even higher than Milwaukee, but I think it's pretty close with the way that Kwan and Naylor have been playing. Shortstop, I don't know. Like they just have so many of these guys that can play multiple positions, whether it's Schneemann, whether it's Rocchio and Freeman, who certainly bounced around in the outfield. And now they're bringing in Noel to bring in some offense. I have to think that they're still focused on having enough innings to kind of get through this season and figuring out who would start a postseason game for them. Gavin Williams just came back from injury. He has not looked awesome yet, but again, it's really early. That's a guy that the best version of him, you're certainly excited to give him the ball in the postseason. But right now, you just don't know, right? They said they've sent down Logan Allen. They sent down Tristan McKenzie. He's trying to figure his stuff out. Bibby's been good, but not amazing. Lively has saved their ass in a really big way, right? Lively's essentially been their version of Colin Ray or Tobias Myers. There's just so many parallels here, but I do think that they're in a stronger position because their bullpen is absolutely one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. They have even more reason to be pushing because they do have a team that is built to win in October if they can fix the few holes that they have.
And the Twins, who are 4.5 games behind them, they have had a very interesting season. I think they really just need one more starter and then some bullpen help. I'm not sure they feel comfortable with Chris Paddock or Bailey Ober starting a postseason game right now. Pablo Lopez has just been such a disappointment this season after an incredible 2023. I would bet on him to turn it around. I mean, he has a 5.11 ERA and a 3.84 FIP. So he hasn't really been as bad as the surface level numbers show.
Yeah, it's just been still homers.
I think
homers have been bad for him, but that's really the main issue.
I think he'll figure some things out. The bullpen's been really good. They could still use one more guy in there. But the offense is not really something that I would expect them to upgrade too much. They just have so many guys who've been hurt and missing so much time. We're going to see someone with the Twins will say, our deadline acquisition is getting Royce Lewis back, right? And then we'll all laugh and be like, yep, I guess it is. Moving down this division, I think the Royals kind of present a more interesting conversation. They've been a nice surprise this year. They're 7 back in the division, and I believe 2 back in the wild card right now as it stands. They need an outfielder really badly. MJ Melendez has been so disappointing and just recently went on the injured list. Hunter Renfroe has actually been outstanding for the last month or so, but they just need, right now they're playing Adam Frazier in left, Kyle Isbell in center, Hunter Renfroe in right, with some Nick Lofton, Garrett Hampson, Dyron Blanco mixed in. They just need another bat.
Yeah, and again, as we've already said, not a ton of them out there. How aggressive would they be? They were aggressive to get Hunter Harvey, man. So maybe that tells us that they're willing to spend some more prospect capital to get another guy that we don't even necessarily view as like a massive upgrade, but clearly something that they need. So that tells me that they're clearly, in it to win it, trying to get back into the postseason. And so I would expect them to continue to add. Like I do not think are going to sit around and do nothing.
This feels like a potential Brent Rooker landing spot. Whether the Royals have enough in the farm system to deal away is TBD, but there are very few contending teams with wide open DH spots. Yeah. I know that they've been giving Freddie Fermin some run at DH because his bat has been nice and they're catching Salvador Perez every day, obviously. But this is a team that has a little bit of room to just straight up add a hitter. I think the Royals are going to be aggressive. I think they think this team is good. I think anytime you have Bobby Witt Jr. cooking like this, it's worth going for it a little bit. And they're not getting, the Seth Lugo season again. Right. So I think you got to go for it. I know they were kind of shaky to finish the first half, but this bullpen getting Hunter Harvey, I think that'll help them. Finishing up this division with the Tigers and the White Sox. The Tigers are another one of those key kind of fulcrum teams. If they decide to sell, how much they decide to sell will really kind of dictate this deadline. Skubal's the obvious one. I'm really skeptical they're going to trade him. And that's just because, look, he is, I think, the AL Cy Young favorite right now, if you look at betting market gobbledygook. And the Tigers have to think they'll be good in 2025. And Skubal is under contract in 2025. And he makes them better then. Now, if someone blows them away with an offer, you might have to take it. But I just am very skeptical that he moves. I am not skeptical about Jack Flaherty, Andrew Chafin, Shelby Miller getting dealt.
Yep. I think it is that simple. And I just trading Skubal. I mean, I've argued that trading Crochet would be insulting to the White Sox fans, even if they would understand it a little bit more. I think trading Skubal would really be with the direction that they've at least seemed to project that they are going. I know this year has been disappointing, and I think we were skeptical that they were going to be that good this year, but I just don't think they can do that. I would be really surprised.
Speaking of Crochet, let's talk about the Chicago White Sox briefly. If you play for the White Sox and any team wants you at all, you will be on a new team. Unless your name is Luis Robert Jr., probably. I don't think Luis Robert.
I don't think so either. But I mean, who's the safest? Who does not have to worry about?
Here's who does not have to worry. Here's who does not have to boot up Zillow or whatever.
There's literally one name.
That is Andrew Benintendi, because his contract is so bulky. He is averaging, I believe, $15 million a year of AAV and is a free agent after 27, and he stinks. And so no team wants that at all. Tommy Pham, you're traded. Paul DeYoung, you're traded.
See ya.
Kopech, thanks for your service. See ya. And that's fine. I mean, this is about as simple of a sell anything if it's decent as it gets. Fascinated to see if they deal Moncada or Eloy, if any team wants whatever that is at this point.
So this is the other one where them and the Marlins are going to be the most aggressive, offloaders. And the sequence of those deals will be very, very interesting as to when they each try and dump these guys.